Hello everybody, Chris Summers from the University of Regina here. I run the Saskatchewan Sportfish Research Group and just wanted to have a chance to say hello and give you an update on some of what we've been up to over the past year. The pandemic has run long, as we all know, and this is the second time in a row we won't be able to be there in person to tell you about some of the really interesting and important stuff that we're up to. We continue to work on sport fish in Saskatchewan in a couple of major themes. So we work on fish ecology, trying to understand how they make a living here in our lakes and rivers. And we have a special emphasis on catch and release biology. So what things go into making successful catch and release. And we've kept focusing on things like barotrauma, so deep water fishing, how that affects fish like walleye and perch, and what can we do to try to stop that. And of course the answer is fish in shallow water. But the odd time we get fish that are, we can't help it. And, what do we do in those situations? So we continue to do that. And we continue to work on fish movements and places that are important to them. And that really involves a lot of help from anglers like the SWF membership. And we really appreciate anglers reporting tags and being on the lookout for tagged fish. That's been a key part of this research endeavor. We also do work on fish that we don't want to have around, walleye, sauger, burbot. Those are fish that we want to catch, yellow perch, lake trout. But every once in a while, one shows up that we don't want, and we are working on those as well. So invasive Prussian carp, we've continued to try to understand their habitat use and their reproduction. How can we minimize their negative impacts on fish and our fisheries here in Saskatchewan? And if you watch our Facebook page, you'll see updates on that work. And we'll get the graduate student to give an update here shortly. But basically what I want to do is just say hello and thank you for all of the contributions that anglers make to our programs, and to urge you to keep in communication with us, to report tagged fish, to report fish you don't recognize, and to have a good time and be safe out there. And what I'd like to do now is have my graduate students, the ones who do the work, who put in the blood, sweat, and tears and the hours in the field, tell you what they've been up to in a little bit more detail.
Hi, I'm Jamie Menard. I'm in my second year at the University of Regina for the Saskatchewan Sportfish Research Group, and I work on Prussian carp. My research mostly focuses on life history traits of Prussian carp. So that's looking at the size at maturity, age at maturity, how they grow and their age, as well as some genetic research. Like, for example, Prussian carp are gynogenetic, meaning that they reproduce asexually, and that results in a mostly female population. What we have found in some lakes in Saskatchewan is that there are males. And so one of our questions was, well, how do these males occur, or are they genetically different? And what I've found so far is, because they're gynogenetic, with males, they actually have, they're tetraploid, so they have 4 times the genetic material. The answer to why this is still unknown. Additionally, I've been looking at ages for Prussian carp, and we've aged Prussian carp potentially up to 16 years, which is actually quite a bit older than we expected. Additionally, we've found that Prussian carp mature at about 5 years old, or approximately 20 centimeters for males and 24 to 25 centimeters in females. Finally, just to continue on with our research, we do a lot of citizen science reporting with this program. So please report invasive carp at our email, reportinvasivecarp.swf.ca, as well as any reports on the Master Angler app.
Hello, my name is Julie Stewart. I'm a master's student at the University of Regina, and I'm currently in my first year of my program. So my research is based on fish behavior and the ecology of northern pike in Saskatchewan. So we're actually using tip-up fishing to capture the pike, and we're testing different terminal tackle to see which attract the most fish, and then we're also relating that to their injury rates. We want to use 4 different types of terminal tackle. So here I have a single treble quick strike rig, a double treble quick strike rig, a triple treble quick strike rig, and a circle hook. As part of a Facebook survey that the Saskatchewan Sportfish Research Group conducted, we discovered that the single, double, and triple were most commonly used by recreational anglers, with the double being the most used. So we wanted to make sure we were using hooks that you'd be able to walk into Cabela's or another store like Canadian Tire and be able to purchase them easily. And we also chose to use the circle hook, even though it is less frequently used, since it is a conservation hook where it is supposed to hook the jaw of the fish and reduce the amount of injuries that are occurring. There is a slightly different procedure involved with using a quick strike rig versus a circle hook. So here I have a quick strike rig, the single treble. And as the name implies, it is able to capture fish quickly. So the trebles of this are able to hook onto any location of the fish. Well, here we have a circle hook, and the circle hook requires just a little bit more finesse, and it is meant to hook the jaw of the fish. So when we capture any fish through this tip-up trial, we tag all the fish and then release them back. So if you are out angling this winter or any time during the season, watch out for tagged fish and make sure to report them.
I'm McCallum. I grew up near Imperial, Saskatchewan, and I am the newest member of the Saskatchewan Sportfish Research Group as I just started in January of this year. My research will be focused on how fish communities respond to the phase out of coal-fired electricity in the province. More specifically, I'll be looking at how the only largemouth bass fishery near Estevan will be impacted by the shutdown of the Boundary Dam Station. I'll only be working on this project for the next 2 years. Hopefully it will be a long-term study. I'm really looking forward to getting started on my fieldwork and sharing my results with you.
All right, well, to end off, I just want to say thank you, and I hope you enjoyed our update, our research update. We're always out there working hard and enjoying every minute of it. And I want to just take a moment to thank some of the key partners involved as well. So the Saskatchewan Wildlife Federation, we couldn't do our business without you and without the membership that are involved. The Saskatchewan Ministry of Environment's Fisheries Unit, invaluable partner for us, so important to the research we do. The Water Security Agency as well, we're partnering with them on a variety of different data collection approaches. And a new partner for us, Sask Power, and some work that we're doing down on Boundary Reservoir. Very important to acknowledge these folks and to say thank you for everything they contribute that makes our jobs easier and in some cases makes our job possible. So we look forward to seeing you in person in Estevan in 2023. Let's hope the pandemic is all done by then.